people, welcome to another edition of the finger tapping frenzy that we all know and love as WWE SuperCard, with me, Big Jim, here at BadLadDad HQ, and some big news, big news, huge news, kind of that big news. Anyway, look, it's the Chambre de Fusion. It's time. I'm going to get my first WrestleMania 33 Fusion card out of the old Fusion Chamber. Long John Silver and the Pirates been working hard down there, Jim lad. Working hard they have. Working hard. You know, a lot of people these days don't get the Long John Silver references. It's something we did back in Season 1. For some reason I put on a pirate voice when I first spoke about the Fusion Chamber, and it kind of stuck since then. So when I talk about Long John Silver and the Pirates in the Fusion Chamber, it dates back to Season 1. This is about 400 videos ago. So you need to go all the way back to try and find it, because that's where Long John Silver, he be waiting for ye. Because that's where he's been all this time. But I've got that to do. I've also got to pick up some rewards from Team Battleground. And I have to say, hands up, we got it wrong with Team BadLadDad this time round, because we had a tough TBG. We're against some very tough WrestleMania-based opponents. And it coincided with the team event on Monday. And it was kind of, Monday, Tuesday, it was just, it's too much. It's just doing too much. What with all the other grinding we do with WWE SuperCard, now and again, you just need to take a bit of a break. And I think we're a bit battle weary, we're a bit punch drunk from all these matches we've had recently. And we lost or not. We'll find out what the final score was shortly. But I know we were sort of just chiseling against each other, and it was just pushing it close and pushing it close. And we said, well, let's have a look. Let's have a look now, shall we? Let's have a look now. Consolation rewards. Ooh, consolation rewards. There's no consolation for defeat. There you go, 14,472. So they chiseled a bit more. We were on 13.5k. When you're having to play 3 or 4 hours trying to win 2 or 3 games, it's too much. It's too much. So as long as you pass your 10k points and you're going to get the best pack you can get as the losers, I suppose that's what counts. Let's claim these rewards then. You will have seen the other day, I'll just say it now, Taker, who I pulled as one card, is a pro, and I've got him to work on. I haven't had a chance to do that yet. We didn't get the John Cena team card, but a lot of that was down to the fact that people were still battling in this TBG, and it distracted people. That's what it did. Distracted them. And I've got John Cena, so the card I missed out on from the team event, I've now got anyway, and that is a pro. That's 3 very good picks I've had out of 3. I can't complain, can I? I cannot complain. That is quite incredible. So not only have I pulled a WrestleMania card from a pack where you don't always get a WrestleMania card, I've pulled out the card. The rest of my team, some of them will be happy. Some will probably go, oh yeah, ugh. Lucky devil is the translation. That is very fortunate. Very fortunate. Well, I can't say any more than I'm extremely happy and surprised by that. Oh, King of the Ring. King of the Ring, I was in a semi-final. I think you saw me, or in fact I know you saw me kick off this game. Game 3! Game 3, it's a 3-2 win. That was very close, and someone's chatted for the first time in here. Good going, cheers. That was Big, who was my semi-final opponent. As you well know, it's a bit of a lottery when you get into these knockout stages, and he did have a good deck, but it wasn't enough to get past. Let's just have a very quick look. I think in the quarterfinals I didn't bother powering up because the guy I was facing had a far weaker deck, but as you can see it's almost down. We're virtually card for card here. He's weakened his team by having the females in. My weakened lineup was, if you remember, I had Samoa Joe that I'd only just pro'd. Some of you said he didn't power up his card before he put it in the King of the Ring. Yeah, that was deliberate. You put him in on 0 power, no matches played, and then of course once your King of the Ring kicks off, then you can build him up, because what that does is it lowers the strength of the team that you're putting into your King of the Ring, so it puts you in with a sort of lower rank of WrestleMania people, and then you can build yourself back up again. It was the same with Seth Rollins, but both of these cards, I can't tap on it there, can I? Both of those are now fully powered out, so Seth's ready for number 2, should arrive. Anyway, look, I can't collect the rewards, But the good news there is I've won my semi-final. Let's just have a look and see. Is the table winner's gone out. Connor, the man who was number 1 in the ladder stage. And again, as you see, pretty much identical decks. It's just down to who's procking and when. Well, there you go. You can't take anything for granted in this game. Alright, so I will have that to collect. But more importantly, at the Chambre de Fusion, we shall go and pay a little visit to Long John Silver and the pirates. See what they begot, the treasure and the doubloons and everything. Now, I don't think I can scan through the cards now because it's waiting for me to tap on it to claim the rewards. But in amongst them, I'm sure you know, is a very nice AJ Styles picture. There's Chris Jericho. It was a nice card as well, but I particularly like the picture. There's Aleister Black. Females, there's Nia Jax and Carmella. I guess a female would be better, and with the aim of trying to get a female pro, these things are going to take so many weeks to put together anyway. You're going to be lucky to get a pro first time round. Certainly not paying 4 million credits to speed these things up. But I'm going to speed myself up now. Stop talking. So claim rewards. What do I want? I don't really mind, but a female would be good. There, I've said it. And here we go. And I've got... There we have Mr. Black. As I mentioned, Aleister Black. I do like that picture. And it does look very nice on the event card that we got a few weeks back. So that's cool. It's a shame that it's another Aleister Black, and so now that's the one I've got to hope that I can pro. But that's cool. That's cool. Now, talking of images, did you see the glitch that cropped up the other day? If I just take you into my cards, again, long-term viewers will know that I was an absolute hoarder of cards from season 1 to season 2. I kept an awful lot. I just couldn't bear to part with a lot of my event cards. But when we moved from season 2 to season 3, I thought, well, this is getting a bit ridiculous. So I just kept enough of the old WrestleMania cards from Days of Yore, Legacy WrestleMania. So just enough to do a match with, basically. So as you can see, there was Hulky Hogan, there was The Rock, excuse me, Macho Man. Oh, well, actually, I've kept a few more than I needed for one, to be honest. There's a couple of females you might recognise there. Nice pair of female wrestlers. So they were the only ones I'd kept. But you may or may not have seen through Twitter and through Reddit and various other posts, there was a glitch that cropped up in midweek where if you tapped your settings button in the top right hand corner, it's the options button. Some people call it settings, some people call it options. Tapped it a couple of times very quickly, it called up a debug menu, and you could actually go in and access all of the images from the catalogue. Now, a lot of people have jumped in and done that already, and I cannot say I blame them at all. And I actually stepped in, did it for a couple of minutes and thought, well, this is pretty cool. I was looking forward actually to a nice session of changing some images over. But then, of course, at Cat Daddy, they can't block people diddling them out of credits for some reason. They can't block people from duplicating on event cards and getting illegal blooming pros that way. But they can stop us having a bit of fun with a few extra images. So the shutters came down, the portcullis came down, the drawbridge came up, Cat Daddy Towers were like, nope, forget it. So you can't do it anymore. But I did manage to change one picture, which I quite like, which was the Mickey James, the new Mickey James image on the throwback cards, not on the Hall of Fame cards. I managed to put onto my WrestleMania 33 card. I should have actually done this with the females, shouldn't I? With the females. So there you go. So that image looks, as you can see, it's quite nice. But they, as I say, they pulled the shutters down on the rest of the fun, so that's not happening. I can't actually see what the problem is these days, to be quite honest. At least they extended the card limit, so you could keep some of your older cards if you wanted to, but a lot of people have got rid of those. And if you go in the card catalogue, go by name, it doesn't really matter how you go, I suppose, but you know, some of these older characters, it'd just be nice to see the cards if you didn't actually get them. Well, I did manage to get him just so long ago. Doing some of these old cards, especially the ones that came from those early packs. But yeah, it'd be nice to have some old images to play with, and just to relive some of those old cards. I mean, one of my favourites was that legendary Dean Ambrose card with the sort of flames behind him. That was a pretty cool card, which I've got. But there's many others. Actually, I wouldn't mind the Bailey image that you get from this card, the super rare. I said this card. Of course, I'm tapping on something. It's not going to come up, is it? Stupid boy. But yeah, there's just a few images that it'd be nice to play with. Who's it going to hurt? It's not going to hurt anyone, is it? They just let us have a little bit of customising fun. I tell you something, people were having a lot more fun changing images and those hour or 2 hours or however long people had it to do it for than they get out of all the updates that are coming out. Something else as well, very kind of you all to suggest that we do a Hall of Fame edition, where I've already said we can't afford to do a load of pack openings, but you're saying, well, what should do is a Mano v Ninja Boyo, like we used to do, and have the prize could be a Hall of Fame pack. The problem with that is one WrestleMania card, assuming you even got a WrestleMania card, isn't going to do your deck any favours at all. You need to make a pro. Most people who are on WrestleMania level now have been busy filling their to glory decks with WrestleMania pros, and you've seen myself. All I'm doing is weeding out some of the weaker pros and putting in the John Cenas and the Takers of this world. So one pack it's not really a reward if you think about it. I mean, you get a nice image, one image to play with, but apart from that, it's not going to do anything to your deck. You'd be better off buying a pack where you might get the chance of a WrestleMania card where you've already got a single. But that costs even more credits, and that's something else that we won't be doing. So thank you ever so much for your suggestions. I don't think I'm actually going to bother playing anything right now. Does anyone bother with these? Do you bother with attitudes? Has anyone bought any attitudes? Really don't see the point in buying those. Like 900 credits. Why, if you'd got 900 credits, why would you spend them on something just to go woo or whatever for a few seconds in a match? It was just pointless. Pointless. Yeah, as I said, I don't think I'm going to bother playing. Team Battleground there, as you can see, I've actually said to the guys, let's just take a break for a week. Let's just chill. Let's just relax for a bit. Let's just take it easy. I just had a thought as well while I was saying that. Let's have a quick look at those fusion cards. A long way to go, isn't it? Come on. Why is it not coming up? It's because it's waiting on a network. Right, so yeah, Bobby Roode, he's the one I missed. Yeah, Ninja Boy actually did get the Bobby Roode image from that card. When I actually tapped into his account for him and showed him what you could do. So he did take out that. Braun Strowman, AJ Styles, as I say, I do love that image. Chris Jericho. Why does it keep saying Chris Jericho? I was scrolling here and it's just Chris Jericho, another Chris Jericho, third Chris Jericho. Aleister Black, who I've now got, Nia and Carmella. Interestingly, no support card. If you remember the old classy Freddie Blasses that we had last season, they've seen fit not to have a support card on this upper tier. We want a new tier, don't we? We want a new tier. It's got to end in tears. It's what we want. Anyway, look, I'm sure there are loads of you out there who've put your first fusions in and taken your first fusions out, and you've shaken them all about and you've had a good look at them and you've been posting them on Twitter, etc. Let us know what you got down below. Is it what you wanted? What do you think of them? Do you think they look good? Do you think they've chosen the right people or the wrong people? All that kind of stuff. Let's have a good bit of banter down below in the comment section. And you know the score. If you like the video, please whack as many likes as you can. Don't forget, subscribe. That's a good way of finding out when our next videos are coming out. We're also on Instagram, Facebook and Twitter, where there's a lot of banter. And until I see you next time, you stay cool.